What is the biggest enemy to productivity ever? What do you think it is? Think for a second. What do you think the biggest enemy to all of productivity in your entire life? What do you think that is? I can't tell you what it is for you, but I can tell you what it is for me. And for me, the biggest enemy to productivity, to my productivity, to getting things done, is my comfort zone. Straight up. Like, it's crazy because, like, for me, being comfortable is like the worst possible thing that I could ever do. And I remember in my marketing company, just being okay with life, not really liking life, not really being excited about it, but I had my bills paid. I had all of the stuff was covered. I had food to eat. I had place to sleep. And I was just kind of comfortable. I was just, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. And I got in a place of complacency. When I sold the company, same thing. I went on a road trip. I had fun, but I just it was a giant road trip across country in a muscle car. It was great. I had a ton of fun, stayed with a ton of people, had a ton of fun. But finally, after all that, I just kind of got comfortable. Like, I didn't have to do anything at that point. Like, I could just be and do the things that I wanted to do. And it was great at first because, like, hey, I don't got no responsibility. Nobody can tell me to do shit. It's awesome. But after a while, it just kind of got really unfulfilling. Really, really messed with my mind a little bit. And it's weird because you always think of people that are being successful in life. You always think of them as like, oh, they have everything they want, right? Just because they have the thing that you want. Then maybe they have the money, maybe they have the status, maybe they have the presence, maybe they have the power, maybe they have whatever. They have what you want, and you just assume that all their problems are gone because they have the thing that you want. If you could just get that, everything would go away. In reality, sometimes getting what you want sucks because it makes you comfortable, especially if it's money or if it's things that like can make you not push yourself. Right? My biggest struggle in all of my life has been comfort, has been the thing that makes me the most comfortable. It's been getting out of bed when I don't have to. It's getting work done when I don't need to. It's making money when it's not important. It's doing all those things that are completely comfortable for me. I don't got to do it. But it's, the things that have pushed me forward in life have been the things where I do the crazy shit. I've talked on this channel before about me laying down at a train station on the ground, not on the tracks. Let me clarify that. On the ground, because I was afraid of what people thought of me. And I read The 4 Hour Work Week, and in The 4 Hour Work Week, Tim Ferriss talks about how you should go do these social experiments where you just face your fears. And that was one of my big fears. How can I lay down at a train station while everybody's looking at me? That's going to give me a heart attack. But I did it. It was completely out of my comfort zone. I was not comfortable with it at all. It was the scariest thing I could possibly think of. But I did it. And the second that I did it was just like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. People are stepping over me. Nobody cares. They're like, hey, what the fuck is this dude doing? I don't really care. I got to go somewhere. I got to be somewhere. What time is it? There's a crazy dude laying on the ground on the train station. Whatever. He's doing dumb shit. And nobody cares. Nobody cares. And the crazy thing about life is that like we spend all of our time trying to get comfortable, right? That's why a lot of people want the money. They want the success so they can live comfortable lives, so they don't have to struggle, so they don't have to worry about where their next meal is going to come from. And I get that. I've been there. I had to choose between feeding myself or my dog. I know what that's like. I've been borderline homeless. I've been places. I lived in tents before. I've done all of this. And it always blows my mind that like, you think when you're in those struggles, you think when you're going through those problems that if I could just get this part of my life handled, if I could just get money, if I could just get a job, if I could just get this thing, all the problems will go away, but they don't go away. In fact, most of the time they make you comfortable. And when they make you comfortable, that's when you stop. That's when you get depressed. That's when you stop trying to do stuff. That's when stuff can hurt you. And for me personally, being comfortable has been the number one struggle to all of my productivity my entire life. And I'm aware that it is such a privileged thing to say that, right? Like I don't live in a third world country. I don't struggle to stay alive. I'm not fighting off people for my life every day. Um, my biggest problem isn't starvation or disease. It's being comfortable, and I get that I'm extremely privileged to be able to say that. Like I'm so grateful for the life that I live and the people around me and the things that have happened because of that, and given me the blessing of a problem that I have. But it's still a problem. It doesn't make it any less of a problem. It doesn't make it any less significant. Um, Comfort zone is a struggle, and we all got to work out of it. We have to work towards the things that we want, and sometimes we have to remind ourselves what it's like to live in situations that make us want to do better, right? Like I remember the days that I had to pay rent were always the days I worked hardest, right? If the rent's due at the end of the month, I don't got the rent. Guess what? I'm gonna work twice as hard. And the only way I really grew my marketing company was by investing all of like the profits, not letting myself face that financial success, not letting myself get to the point where I had excess cash or anything like that on board, because I knew that the second I had that, I would just lose motivation. So I kept reinvesting. I kept buying stuff. I kept hiring people to help. I kept doing different things. And that's what grew the company. Staying out of my comfort zone is what grew the company. And same thing with YouTube, man. Making daily videos is rough. You know, managing an entire community of this size is rough. Working on a game at the same time is rough. It's not easy, and it's out of my comfort zone. But that's exactly why I do it, because it pushes me forward and it makes me a better person. And I think it makes me more fulfilled in a way too, because I feel like the more I do outside of my comfort zone, the more I do crazy shit that I think never in a million years should I do, or should I do stuff that makes my heart beat faster, right? Doesn't logically seem like it's a good option because I'm terrified of it. The more I do stuff like that, the more I feel more fulfilled in life. And I think that kind of helps with depression. That helps with negative feelings. That helps with like thoughts and stuff like that. Just sticking outside of your comfort zone, growing as a person, learning new things, even if they don't make you comfortable, even if you got to put yourself out there, I think is helpful. So that's all I got for you today. Hope you found it useful. If you did, leave me a thumbs up and a comment down below. Are you in a comfort zone? Are you struggling to get out of it? Are you having trouble with it? Let me know your thoughts below. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Once again, my name is Tim Ruswick, and I will see you again tomorrow.